up, YouTube? It's Credit Guy Frank here coming to you today with another video. All right, so today I want to talk to you guys about the number one primary that you can ever have when you have new credit. Okay, this is the absolute number one primary to have when you're building or you have new credit. Okay, this will help you get an apartment. This will also help you get any car that you want. All right. This will also help you get a higher limit credit cards, loans, things of that nature. Okay. CPs, personal credit only. Okay. Now, when you're dealing with credit, okay, the two key factors of getting funded, there's only two key factors of getting funded. You have your history side of things, okay, which is how long have you had credit? How long have you been establishing credit? You also have the financial side of it, okay? What can you afford? Can you afford this item, right? Because someone with a very small amount, someone with $2,000 on their credit report only cannot afford a $50,000 car, okay? It just simply doesn't add up. Okay, if I'm a banker and you come to me and you got $2,000 on your credit report, you want a $50,000 product, it's not adding up. All right, I don't see anywhere where you deserve or if you've had this before, so therefore the trust isn't built. Okay, so that's very important. Those two key factors are very important. All right, now the age on your primary or the age on your credit report is more important than how much you have behind you. Why is that? Because if you have a good credit score, okay, then the age of your credit score will determine how long, right, have you maintained good credit. Because you can have $50,000 on your credit, but if you only had it on there for about 2 months, they don't really care. Okay? Well, they care, don't get me wrong, they care, but it isn't set in stone, right? Like it isn't like the end all be all, because what can happen in a year? What can happen in 2 years? All right. So that's how they're thinking. So that's how we have to think. So the age factor is extremely important. Now, if you're just starting out, whether you just starting out a CP or you're just starting out with your personal credit, this is extremely valuable because you can add up to 2 years on your credit report with this hack, okay? And that hack is called Rent Reporters. Rent Reporters. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Rent Reporters, okay? Rent Reporters is a private company, all right? It's only $10 a month. $10 a month, and you can have 2 years of history on your credit report, bare minimum. And guess what? It's rental history. Rental history. So it's not a card or it's not a loan or anything like that. It's actual rental history showing that, hey, I pay X, Y, and Z every single month. Okay? Which is very important because how you pay your mortgage or how you pay your rent is extremely important to how you're going to pay your other bills. Right? This all go hand in hand. There's rarely people pay these bills but don't pay these bills. Right? It just doesn't make sense. You either pay your bills or you don't. So any small indication of you paying your bills is extremely important, especially when you're dealing with your rental history. Okay? So Rent Reporters, I was about to say Rental Karma, which is another one, but I like Rent Reporters a lot better. Rent Reporters is a privately owned company. Okay? So that means that they also have to do their due diligence when you're going to apply for them. Right? So what you're going to do is you're going to fill out a form of where you live, okay? Who you pay rent to, what's your phone number and email, their phone number and email, all right? Because they have to then verify that these things are correct. They're a privately owned company, so they can't just say, all right, well, you told us, so we'll just take your word for it, right? So they have to verify it, all right? So use someone that you can, that you don't mind using to verify whoever or whatever it is that you put on the report. It doesn't matter who it is, okay? It really doesn't matter. You can even, if you don't have someone, I always tell my students, go on ahead and make a separate email and a separate phone number, and then you'll have rent reporters call you to see if you're a good renter. Isn't that easy, right? So you just answer the phone like, hey, yeah, they're a great tenant. They're the best. Boom. Now you're in just $10 a month. And remember, they're not going to press you because they want that $10 a month. All right. They want to grow their company. They're a private company. They want to grow their company. So they're not going to press you about it. Just make sure you provide the information and you're good to go. All right. It's only $10 a month. What that would do is that will report up to 2 years. Up to 2 years. So if you put 2 years or more, they're going to give you 2 years of history right then and there. Okay. I wouldn't suggest you doing anything less than 2 years because it doesn't make sense. Right. So that will automatically take a thin file or a file with no credit to 2 years worth of history. That's very good because if you apply for something else, then now that new 2 years, now you got a 1 month account on there because you apply for something else, then that will average out to be 1 year. Okay, so it's a lot better than having 2 things on your credit report for just 1 month because that's not a good look. All right, it's not a good look at all. So Rent Reporters is the most proficient primary you can have on your credit report. Trust me, guys, this opens up the door for you. This is the best primary that you can have on your account. No credit card, no loan, nothing else is better than Rent Reporters. Okay, so that's the #1 primary for my thin file to just wanting to build your credit, needing your credit stronger. That's the #1 primary that I would suggest that you use. Also, when it comes to putting your rent on your application, when you're filling out your application, make sure you put somewhere in between $600 to $1,500. All right. Don't put any more than that. Don't put any more than that. Now, understand that you'll be like, well, if I can pay $2,000 or $2,500, wouldn't that look better? No, because they also understand that if you're spending this much on your house or your property, you don't have enough money left over to where you can guarantee pay them, even though you have those 2 years. All right. And because who wants to pay $2,500 and they're renting anyway? It's like not really a good decision. Right. Well, it is, but people who are not financially stable, that's not really a good decision. All right. So you'll have to have the banking data and the data points to also, show that it will make more sense. But just to stay right in the middle, in the gray area, right? Avoid trying to look too good, avoid trying to look or avoid looking bad mistakenly, right? Operate in those gray areas from $600 to $1,500. That'll get you in the door. All right. It's Credit Guy Frank here coming to you today with another video. I'm out.